Alright everyone, hope you're well, FK here. So today we're going to look at this very simple 2-light setup. To start off with, our main light or our key light is a large octabox with a grid. This is a softbox which is approximately 45 degrees to camera right, above eye level, with the bottom of the softbox level with my chin. I find that height is quite a nice height in order to get a nice shadow kind of direction fall on the face. Now I'm using an LED light here. It's the Genaray Monobright. It's basically like an Aputure 120D. It has a Bowens mount. It functions like a studio strobe, and it's very, very simple to set up. The benefit of this light, as opposed to the Aputure 120D, is there aren't any extra boxes or kind of ballasts or anything like that. You literally have the head, a cable that goes straight into the mains, and that's it. And then you use this little remote here in order to adjust the light power. Very, very simple, and it gives out a wonderful quality of light when you put on the correct modifier. The second light is going to be a practical light. I'm just going to go turn that on right now. Now, hopefully you can see that that has done several things. Number one, it's created more depth. It's created the illusion of depth within this space, but it's also illuminating these different objects in the background. However, that light is not really affecting me in any way, shape or form. If I was to add a light that would essentially contour me on the shadow side, then that will actually create some separation. Now that light back there is not powerful enough. So what we can do is we can use a second light source with a similar color temperature to this light, which is more powerful and more direct, and it can illuminate me here. And I'm going to do that by turning on the Aputure Mini20. This is a very small focusable light source. In fact, it's lovely, it's wonderful, it's lightweight. You can really direct it exactly where you want. So this Aputure Mini20 is a daylight balanced version, which means it doesn't give off a warm light. In fact, it's quite a cool light. So by adding a couple of gels on the front of it, we can make the light warmer, which will then give the impression that it's actually this lamp that is creating the light on the contour or on the back of me. So I'll go turn that light on right now. Alright, so hopefully now you can see that I've got this rim light here, this kicker light basically, and it's a similar color temperature to the practical light here. It's giving the impression that this light is actually creating this. So this is a very, very simple 2-light setup. We've got our main light, and opposite that we've got our rim light. The rim light is supposed to be mimicking the same color as this practical, creating a little bit more separation of me from the background. We can see on this side it's rather dark, but that kind of works quite nice because we have got this element of orange here, this warm light, and that's from the practical, which is actually adding a little bit of a glow here. However, if we wanted to create a little bit more depth in the scene or create a more visual interest, we could throw another light back there. So let's just do that and see how it looks. Okay, so in the storeroom back there, I've turned on a Yongnou YN360, which is basically a battery-powered wand light, and on there I've added an orange filter which comes with the light, which again is just warming that up. So we've got some nice warmth going on in the background here with the practical, and then the motivated light over there, and then we've got this over in the corner. Now some of you might think that's too much, and it's a little bit too busy, there's too much going on in the background, but again, obviously all of this is to taste. If we just turn off the key light, this is what we're getting right now. You can see how the rim light is appearing. Let's turn off this light. Light in the storeroom is actually having quite a big impact, not only on the storeroom itself, but also this area here. So I'll turn that off. You can see how not only has obviously that corner become darker, but also the shelving here, the metal shelving, has lost its little highlight. So that backlight is actually doing quite a lot, that little light in the in the storeroom where I keep all my camera gear. So right now all that we have is the practical. Let's turn back on our key light, and we could just leave it like this, keep it very simple. Of course, it's up to you. Have a bit of fun. I'll put a list down below of all the equipment that I've used. If you're interested in the audio, I'm just using a Rode NTG2, which is going directly into a Focusrite USB PC connected sound audio recorder device thingy-me-bob, and that's just recording an Audacity, and I'll just sync that up later on. Anyway, hope you found that video useful. Got any questions, just write them below, and I'll catch you next time.